Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this second Zoom in for 2022 for the NextGen Microcities project financed by Urban Innovative Actions. In this second Zoom in of the year, we will explore the fascinating concept of science galleries and smart tech galleries and what all of this has to do with the NextGen project. And we have our first interviewee, Elina Kruankanne, if that's pretty much how you would spell your surname in your language, and I apologize if I didn't take it well. But Elina, thank you very much for being with us and for your availability for this interview. So I will start with the very first question, which is, what organization do you work for, and what is your role in the NextGen Microcities project?
Yes.
Please.
Thank you, Fabio, for this interview. Yes, I need to take a little step back and, well, what is organization, what I work for? This is the Ventspils Digital Center. And Ventspils Digital Center is municipal institution of Ventspils City Council. And as you know, Ventspils City Council was one of the project manager in this microcity project, or even the lead project manager. And yes, Ventspils Digital Center is dedicated to the facilitation of the development of information society in Ventspils. Digital Center is established in 2003. And we are also registered as educational institution since 2009. But since 2019, Digital Center has been actively involved in establishment and development of Ventspils Science Center, what is new building in Ventspils. And the task, especially for Digital Center, is to ensure that creation and exposition of Ventspils Science Center, as well as to ensure its operation after opening of Science Center. And so we are working in two ways. One is this exhibition, smart tech galleries, all galleries, and of course all this work what we need to do to open Science Center in common. And well, Science Center has become also a unit of Ventspils Digital Center. And as you know, construction of building has been completed. And it has been formally handed over the Ventspils Digital Center. We have exhibition hall for about 1,400 square meters. We have children's gallery with 300 square meters. There is also classrooms. There is also prototyping laboratory. There is also cafe rooms and all what we needed for good Science Center. And from the point of the NextGen Microcities project, Ventspils Digital Center was involved of the implementation of project activities of Ventspils City Council, or more specifically, in the establishment of Smart Tech Gallery on the Science Center, and of course, development of educational programs related to this exhibit for Smart Tech Gallery.
That's great, Elina. Thank you very much. I think that we're gonna also explore a little bit more what the Science Center is and will look like with our second guest. And also, if I remember well, this Science Center in Ventspils is 1 out of 4 science centers that the national government has decided to implement across the country. And the mission of these science centers is actually to get citizens closer to science. It's to get citizens more educated about what science and technology can bring to society and how they can help the country to advance in the digital transformation in the global economy. So it's a very fascinating and huge investment from the government, and it's very good that actually one of these 4 science centers landed in Ventspils, which is one of the cities leading the NextGen project, as you mentioned. But one question is, what is a Smart Tech Gallery? I mean, how does it look like?
Yes, well, in Ventspils Science Center, there will be more than 80 exhibits which is divided in 7 different galleries. We will have health gallery, we will have smart technologies gallery, physics and mathematics, geography and the world, man and self-perception, children's gallery, and simulator zone. And as you understand that one of all this stuff, one of the part will be the smart tech gallery. And there will be in common 10 exhibits, but 8 exhibits were realized from this NextGen Microcities project. And it's really important. So all these exhibits are developed with the aim of in Science Center in Common is to encourage interest and motivation to learn through the play and engage. And I also didn't mention that all this exhibition is made in field of STEM. And STEM, as you know, is science, technologies, engineering, mathematics. And this is what Ventspils have chosen, this STEM field or this ICT field. So the Smart Technologies Gallery will be, I could say, even the top 1 gallery, what we will show to everybody, and we will be very proud of. And also all exhibits will be linked to different educational and training programs. In common, there will be 22 different programs. Also for children, young people, and 4 programs there will be also for teachers. And 2 of these programs will be is also developed from the NextGen Microcities project. And all these programs is there will be maintained together with this exhibit. There will be some time that children will work in classroom with computers, with different materials, and then they will go to this exhibit and they will do some things to the exhibition, and they will get some more information, and they will can continue the work to this program. So this all together will work as one thing. Exhibits and educational programs.
And that's actually, one of the trends that we observe globally is the importance of educating young pupils on STEM and also to invest in education technologies to advance the capacity of the formal and informal education programs and processes of a country to prepare their pupils for the future of work. And actually, I wrote about the activities concerning STEM education and EdTech investments in one of my recent articles on the project. So this is very interesting. And if you don't mind, I'd like to ask a couple of more questions about these things that will happen within the Science Center. So if I understood, on one side, there will be the exhibits, and there will be many of them, and they will show through play, what science and what technology can bring to society. And the other side of the coin is the educational programs, on the STEM education programs that you and your organization will deliver through the Science Center. So one question is, are those activities going to be open throughout the year?
Yes, of course. They will be opened and they will be different and they will be changed during the year. And of course, we are going and traveling through the other science centers near the Latvia, like Finland and Estonia and also Norway. And we see that we need to be like elastic. We need to see what is now actual for all children, and we need to transform these educational programs all the time. We cannot stop anywhere and any time. And yes, there will be, I said that there is already 22 programs, but we have also some programs what the Digital Center has worked already for 6 years. We have a special non-formal program for Ventspils city school pupils. So also all this program will be transformed to Science Center, and these programs will be adapted to this exhibit, all these new programs and all these new technologies. And all this will be also offered for our visitors from all around the world, and of course Latvians and other countries from other countries, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Elina. Just another question. Is there a ticket to get in the Science Center and to run the exhibits or the courses that you deliver, or is it all for free?
No, there will be tickets. And that there will be different tickets. Of course, there will be cheaper tickets for children and teachers and families. And there will be also other tickets for these educational programs like science shows. There will be some experiments and these things. But what we are doing, we are still calculating final ticket price, but we will do anything and we will do all so this prices will be affordable for every family. So it won't be high level prices. There's probably will be low level prices. So we want to make the Science Center affordable for everyone. And I want to mention that in one other project, what we are making all these 4 science centers in Latvia, there will also be a support mechanism. And there will be 100 euros for Latvian schools and teachers and school children, so they can travel to these science centers in Latvia and visit this science center for free. There is this 100 what we need we can to spend for this, and so if someone will want to come here and to visit our science center, they will get here for free. But of course, if this money will end, so there will need to pay for entrance.
And that's fantastic because it's the notion of giving maximum accessibility to the Science Center to schools and to pupils and to people in general, so that they can benefit from this fantastic new social infrastructure. Sorry, just another question. Is there? I guess that probably something that large and complex like an entire science center with 8 exhibitions and all these different courses was actually a challenge to actually build and manage the process. Were you involved directly in the in the organization, in the implementation of this new infrastructure?
Yes, we are involved for about already 3 years. And we started even with this building, with starting of building all this new science center. And we probably, I could say that we know already all these construction mechanisms and how it was made from this thing. And of course, we were involved also this exhibit production thing. Well, when we planned what to make, what will be all these exhibits, what we need to show, how to show, what will be all this content in all exhibits. So we are quite deep in all this making system.
Okay, so given that you were deeply involved in the implementation of this, can you share with us some of the challenges or the difficulties over the last 3 years in managing such a complex project?
Well, I could say that one of the quite challenging thing is content for exhibits. As we know that technologies is changing, I could say even too fast, especially if we want to make a science center and make smart technology gallery. We are trying to produce some exhibits for today, but we will open it after half of the year. And we are hoping that it will be interesting for people even 5 years from opening time. So it's quite challenging to make something so interesting that it would be interesting also for next some years. So what we have done, we managed to make these exhibits in technology thing quite open. So there's a screen, there is of course computer, and there is content. And what we are trying to make is that content we will expand, and we will make it better and more interesting I could say every year and even after next 6 months, because there will be need to make something new, something interesting for everyone. So they want to come back after, I would say, even year or 2 years, and we need to make something interesting to see and learn new in our center. We can't stop at this content and this technologies what we have for now.
And I would say that that's something which is natural when it comes to science and technology, because they are evolving so quickly. There is also the need to adapt the content of the Science Center as this progresses. Thank you. Thank you very much, Elina. It was very clear. It's a fascinating project. We really wish you all the best. When is it going to be open?
We are working very hard, and we hope that we can open it on June on this year. So yes, there are some COVID things that we don't know, but we will do anything to make it possible on June.
Excellent. So from June onwards, everybody will have to come and visit this new marvel in Ventspils.
Yes.
So thank you for your time. And now we'll pass on to the second guest of this interview. And as anticipated, we are now in the second part of our interview about this fascinating project of the Science Gallery in Ventspils. And I have the luck to have two interviewers with me. I have Ints Berzins from Solavi, which is one of the companies involved in the realization, in the construction of the Science Gallery, and mostly in the exhibition and technology side. And the other guest is Didzis Janssens, which works for DJA, which is another company of the 4 companies that form the consortium that is actually realizing this National Gallery in Ventspils. So we're very lucky to have both of them that can help us understand how difficult and challenging is such a complex project, but also anticipating us what the wonderful result will be, so that probably this year everybody will be able to visit the Science Gallery in Ventspils. So let's start with the first questions for Ints, who is the overall project manager for the interior exhibitions of the Science Gallery. So Ints, can you tell us how complex a project like this is to manage, and how long it has taken to work on this project?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, thank you for inviting us to this interview. And we are really proud to be a part of this, I would say, amazing science and innovation center that is really something unique. I wouldn't say not even in Latvia, but it will going to be in definitely for the Baltic, and I would say in all the Europe scale. And the entire building is really fabulous. And yeah, we are creating this Science and Innovation Center exhibition that consists of 88 multimedia and interactive exponates. And yeah, I'm ahead of the project, and we are already working more than a year to create this project with our team that consists of technology company, management company, designers, architects, multimedia creators and programmers. And this is something really, I would say, both unique and challenging, creative, such a scale project, because on the one hand, we want to create something unique, something that is technology that consists from the highest technologies, from the newest technologies. On the one hand, on the other hand, we keep the highest design level. That those both things are in the really highest level. That and we have been in many science and innovation centers around the world, and we find that some of them are, wouldn't say the design part, or let's say the visibility, or how they look like, it's not the best ones, and we want to reach the let's say the highest margin as possible comparing the technologies and design. So this is something unique. Of course, this is really challenging, especially creating or when we live nowadays in this current circumstances, what happenings in the world. But anyway, this will gonna be a really unique and really large and really interesting project we are proud of.
Thank you very much. It's that is indeed a wonderful project to be involved in, I guess. And now I would like to pass on to Didzis because he's, if I understand, but he will confirm the designer behind the exhibitions. So if you can share with us can give us a preview, a description of what's going to be inside the gallery, that would be great.
Yes, hello. So yes, my part of this project is design, and we are working on the design of exponents of exhibits that you will have on their volumes, on their shapes, and we are also working on user interfaces of the screens and multimedia. But our team, of course, is larger. We have people who are really designing the content of the exposition. And what you will experience is a very futuristic space where you can experience things by doing them, learn by participating. It's gonna be all white space, or something similar like a spaceship or future laboratory where you can enter and disappear in kind of like a science city.
Great, thank you, Didzis. This is really sounds like something that everybody would be curious to visit. Let's go back to Inns for a minute. And Inns, I wanted to ask you, can you give us an idea of what's the overall budget of a project like this? I mean, how big it is?
Yeah, the overall budget for exhibitions is 2 million euros. It means the technologies, the furniture, the content and design all together. So we are talking about quite a large scale project when it comes to exhibitions.
Great. And if you can also let me know, if you know, how many visitors are expected approximately each year? What's the target?
To be honest, this is I have to clarify with the customer, but the space. Let's maybe ask to Didis. He's more into details about the space because the space is quite large, and actually we are designing this. Quite many people, many schools can come, or even the classes can come. But I'm not really sure about the numbers.
Okay, let's go to Didzis. Didzis, do you have an idea of how many people can be in the building at any given time?
We have the exposition. It is 1,600 square meters. It has many galleries of different topics, and we have designed it in a way that this flow of people who go through can be as large as possible. Exact amount I will not be able also to tell you, but it's going to be at the same time few hundred people for sure.
Okay, so a few hundred people per time. That's great. Let's stay with this just for one more question. We heard that you are planning for 88 galleries or 88 different kind of exhibitions. Can you share with us which is the one that makes you proud the most, or which is the one that you consider most interesting or most advanced, or something that you are proud of?
So yes, we have several galleries in the exposition. We have a sports gallery, we have a smart technologies gallery, we have a physics and mathematics gallery, we have geography gallery. So many of them, each for different kind of people who are interested in different kind of topics. For me, the most interesting gallery for this period of time has been smart technology gallery, because this is something that I have not seen before. So our team is rich with the people who know all the newest, latest technologies, who are able to show them in the best way. And this is something that I have not seen before. I have not seen that you can, for example, guide the movements of exponent by just your moving your hands, or just with your, how do you think it will react, and so on. So this is something that is surprising for me, something that I have not experienced in real life before. So that's why this is the most interesting gallery for me.
Thank you, Didzis. And by chance, the most interesting gallery is also the one that relates to the Urban Innovative Action Project, that is the context for which we are having this interview. So I'm glad to hear that the contribution by the project is actually making for one of the most interesting attractions of the Science Gallery. I have just one last question for Ints. And the question is, so Ints, you do this, this work internationally, and you work on many different projects around the world with your company. Can you share with us, the most probably difficult part of your job? How complicated it is to put all of this together? 4 different companies, 4 different contractors working together. It must be very complicated. Can you share with us how complicated it is?
Yeah, on the one hand, it sounds complicated. At the end of the day, it is a bit challenging to work as a one large team. We are more than 100 people together, and different people from different scope of works. However, so we are really happy that we have developed such a team that we are working for one target, and we all are quite passionate people, that we love the things that we do. And this actually gives us this result that you are going to see in this science center, that everybody wants to reach the best goal, the best standards. And we are actually, it's not just typical or simple work that we do, and then we are really happy to be as a part of this project, and actually the many exhibitions. That's why we love what we do, and this is what customers and everybody can see in our works actually in globe, like in the Expo Dubai and another, and also in Ventspils, and we are proud of the things that we do. And the most challenging thing, I would say, is, and this is the, I would say in both ways. The one is the challenging, but also the most interesting, to find either existing technologies in the world, or to create something new that people will love, to work with this or to play with this, that we are something thinking a bit step further, what will future might bring to us, and delivering this to our exponents, and allow people to play with this, or to be in the place where you cannot, let's say, visit or try some things that maybe you will never try these in life. So this is something really, I would say, challenging. Yeah, the creative process, and to take all these tools, of course, the people management, but I would say this is the most challenging and the most interesting way to create something new. And this you are gonna see in this science center.
Thank you very much, Ints, and actually we look forward to it, and that's, as you rightly said, the creativity and technology put together at the service of educating citizens about the power of science and the power of technology, and how they will help shape our lives in the future. I would like to thank you both very much for your contribution and your time, and we also appreciate the fact that Didzis was actually on a ship between Finland and Sweden, if I understood well. So it was even more challenging for him to participate in this interview. So thank you both very much, and I wish you good luck for the final mile of the completion of this wonderful exhibition. Thank you.
Thank you, Fabio.